Hello, are we still here?
We are here. Oh, we are here. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sorry about that. We are in God's hands today. Hmm.
No problem.
So just make sure you are following because it takes some time for you to get the video because the recording is breaking. So I have to start uploading the one after the other. Just make sure
Okay, sir.
you are following. Now, we will need this section. We will need this section. So I just want us to know how to use different widgets because I know you can actually click on this and edit this. So if this is, let's say you want to edit this particular section. Now,
Okay.
there are times that a section might be too far from each other. You can see that this section is too far from this one. So how do you now move it up? You click on it. You now go to advanced. So other advanced, that is where you have margin. Margin is the space on the outside. So if I want to move it at the top, so you can see they have labeled this is top. So you move this one. So if you take it here, you can see that it's moving up. It's moving up. All these things you cannot easily do them if you are using page layer. You have to be
Yes, sir.
struggling with how you can move it. But with this one, they have labeled it. So you have closed up that gap. Then if you want to change this text, you can just highlight it. And then once you select that section, you will see it here. So you can now change it. Here, I want to change it towards our team. Our team. So for any reason you want to make this text a link, you want to make it a link, you will now what? Enter what? Link here. Because there are some text in between that you can actually make what? Link that user can click on and then target different page. So such text, if you want that to be a link like we did the other time, let's say I just want to do something like this. I would like it to target contact page where I must have created our form and then come back here. Once I am here, I will just click here and paste what? The link. So once you add the link, you see that to underline it, Then there are some, some default formatting that you can use to display it. So this is H6. You can check them if they are compatible with. So once you click now, this is H3. So I wanted it so whereby I will highlight it here, then come here, change this to this. Let me see whether, okay, so it is on what? H6 now. So once we have done that, which other thing again, the color goes with other color. I don't want to change it. Then here, maybe I don't want this right top. I want some action images, some events that has happened that maybe probably you took some pictures that the pictures are actually communicating some concepts. So I can delete all this one, can right click and also remove them, right click and remove them, right click and remove them. Now I will now bring in a new layer. So I'll click here. I will now go to container. So this is exactly what I want to show us, how you can define section. Those sections that we deleted, how you can develop it by yourself. Just click on container. Once you click on container, so it's added what? A container. So you click inside this, and then what we want to add? We want to add grid. So you drag it and put it here. So this one that's not the one I actually want. Let me drag, click here, so I verify where you want to add it. So let me drag it here and see what I have. So I have my container here. Now, the next thing, I'll click here again. What do I want to add? I want a kind of division, like two sections, where I can have like 4 different images or 2 images per row, 2 images per row, and a kind of brief title and description under it. So for me to achieve that, what I'm going to do is to consider this particular one here. I'm going to use this particular one, which is this, or drag it inside. That will give me what? The grid. So it's now left for me to determine how many of them. So here, I will click inside here, add an image inside. Then click here also, add an image inside. Click here also, click on the plus sign so that will return you back to your widget, then add an image. So I want 3 per row. So what I'm going to do is that this very one, I'm not adding anything here. So I will just, substitute the image to click on each of them. So because of time, okay, let me just try and see if I can quickly reach out to some images here. So let me use this one. So this one is talking about what? Image convert, whatever. So if I notice that I'm having that, because there's no time for me to go and start setting the size of the image. So I'll just use just one.
What of that image we downloaded from Elementor Pro?
Yes. Okay. Let's see whether we have some image. We have them. They're not here. So hope you know where this one is for us to go there and edit it, but I don't have time because it's something that we have done. I have to go and increase it. But just to continue with the class, let me just see if I can just use light image. Okay, thank God that this one is able to come. So click here also, substitute. So I will just pick this just to, since it's just for us to learn how to substitute our images. All right. Now, if I want to describe this image, I want to add title. So I will just click here. You can also click on this plus to bring you back to this. If you don't want to consider, searching it here. So what do I want to add here is what? Heading. I'll just drag that heading and put it somewhere here. Oh, sorry. So that structure implies, let me see. I just want to see if you can capture it horizontally. So there's no space to place it. That is why it's giving us this. So let me put it what? Under. And then, no, if it's going to come under, I just want rich text. I just want rich text. So let me add text editor here so that I can have more write-up. So let's say I have searched about the products on Google. So let's say the product is AutoCAD. So let me just say, sorry, because of time. So let's say I have some content here. And then what is AutoCAD used for? So let's say I just want to take this and then go back to my editing page, click on the edit mode, then highlight everything there and Control V, then you paste there, then you publish when you are through. So the same thing, you add content to all of them. You add content to all of them. So that is how to go about it. So let's see if you want to increase the gap of the column. So let's publish this first. So other things, there are things you can actually change by yourself. But I will just go to footer. I think I've played around some of the widgets. You know how to edit widget content. You know how to style it. You know how to search for another widget. If you want to add maybe Google Map, you can click on it and drag it. You want to add, so there are a whole lot of them here, like image slider. So let's quickly look at that one because we have not actually done that. I know we did that in page layer. So let's say I want to add a image slider. And I'll start by adding a container. Start by adding a container. I just want the container to point in here. Trying to target it. So I'll just add a container. So inside the container, I'll come back here and go to that image slider rather. Where is it again? And then add it here. So of course, it will ask you to add your image. So once you click each of the image, so we have slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. So you can add another item by clicking here if you want to have more than one. So I'll click on each of them and then call the image of that particular one. So this is how you can add what image slider in. So you can see some write-up. This very item that you are in, if you go down, you will see the content of it, where you can actually edit it. This is it here. So let me check. Slider option, open it up. So you should always look for where you can add the content on it. We're trying to, let me see.
The place you have the slide 1 heading, I think that's where we're supposed to put the text now. Slide 1 heading, slide 2 heading.
Where is it now? I'm looking for it. This is slide 1, have you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Let me see. Because also I've opened up so that I can see the contents. There should be a content part.
Or maybe we should have put the content before the image.
No, what is supposed to be. Okay, sorry. You can see this content. This content. I know it should be there.
Okay.
This content for that slide 1. So those are the content we are seeing. So here, let's say, let me copy one of these. Just want to use this as the content as sample. This we are going to stop soon. I just want to end this very one. So let's go back to where is this slider? Let's make it edit mode. And then click here, content, good. All right, so you can see that is a content, but just that it's too much. It's too much. Does not really make sense. Does not make sense. So maybe you just write a very simple content. What they copy is actually too much. Let's say what? Welcome. Let's just put something like that there. Welcome to DGTLC. So that is for that one. Then there is a button there that they can click in case they hover on it. So what you want is what? More. That is what I want on that button. Then if they click on it, the URL, let me just borrow. Let me take that same one that we have been using. Then you want to apply it to the whole slide or only the button, you specify it. So you are done with that one. You now go to the second one, you add its image as well. So that is how you continue. You click on the content. Then the styling of those write-up, you move towards style. So indirectly, we have the words, we have the background where you add your image, the content where you add your write-up, and the style where you determine what the appearance of those information that are popping up on each of the slide. So the last thing is to add footer, so that I will assume that anything that has to do with content design, you should be able to do that before the next class if you are switching to Elementor. So the next thing I'm going to do here is, so let's add in another section. So this is our footer section. So in this footer section, we want to add an image here. Maybe like the admin, or let me just go to elements and use another one entirely to build my footer. So let me say my footer should come immediately. Okay, so I'm adding section. So I can click here and then also change towards the address. Can highlight it, and then once it's in the edit mode, keep clicking. If you cannot access it here, try. If you can get it here, good. So you can say, okay, maybe number 2, DLE. So if you want to edit this reserve, you click here also if it's available for you to edit here, or maybe you have to edit it through your settings. So this is where we are going to stop. Any question, please? I think we have done justice to Elementor. So take your time. With what I've done so far, you should be able to play around all the elements based on what you want. And one good thing about WordPress is that you have to continue handling projects, practice. You cannot know it all by just having a lecture like this. You have to take projects and be editing. So just like what we are going through now, at times it will take you time to look for certain things because the team was developed by someone else. So it is normal that you spend some time to look for where things are kept. So any question, please, before we end the class?
So we can still continue with the one we were doing before, Nabi?
Yes, you can. All you need to do is to
continue using Elementor.
No.
Instead of
the one you were doing, were you using Elementor or page layer?
It was page layer.
So remember, you go to the plugin and uninstall it and deactivate it. Then you now install Elementor.
I've already installed the Elementor before.
Okay, good. So you can go ahead and use it. If there's no conflict, because at times page layer might complete with it. So if there's conflict, what you need to do is just to remove that page layer.
Remove the page layer. Okay.
All right. So thank you very much. See you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.